In the quiet sea, a fisherman's day took an unexpected turn. What he found in his net was more than just a fish, it was a moment so special it couldn't be ignored. This story is about a simple day that became a memory no one can forget. But that's just one story. Join us for 25 sea secrets that can't go unnoticed. Dive in and get ready to be amazed. Unidentified catch. In May 2012, a group of seasoned fishermen experienced something that left them baffled and a bit frightened. They're used to the challenges of the sea, but this was different. As they pulled up their net, something inside was moving in an unusual, almost scary way. It wasn't like any fish they'd ever caught. Whatever was in that net seemed so strange and terrifying that they quickly threw it back into the ocean. What could it have been? A new sea creature, or perhaps something even more mysterious? This incident sparked a lot of curiosity and fear. Could there be unknown, possibly dangerous creatures lurking in the depths of the ocean? What do you think was in that net? Skeleton of mermaid. Now, imagine finding something on the beach that's not just a shell or a piece of driftwood, but a skeleton that looks like it belongs to a mermaid. That's what happened in a shocking video. It showed what appeared to be the remains of a creature with a human-like head and a fish-like tail. Found by a fisherman, this discovery caused quite a stir. The fisherman was so startled by the find that they dropped it immediately. This has sparked a heated debate. Could it be an actual mermaid, like the ones from old tales and legends? Or is it just a clever hoax? The mystery remains unsolved, and people can't stop talking about it. Do you believe in mermaids, or do you think it's just a fantasy? What would you do if you found a mermaid skeleton on the beach? Tasmanian giant crayfish. Some people found the biggest crayfish living in freshwater in Tasmania, an island near Australia. They set traps using fish as bait to catch this huge creature, and guess what? They found one. First, they saw a smaller crayfish, and then a huge adult one chomping on the bait. This crayfish was really big, with claws so strong they could pinch really hard. The giant crayfish they caught was as big as the person's arm and very heavy. But here's the thing, it's not okay to catch these crayfish because they're rare and need protection. This discovery makes us think about how important it is to look after special animals like this. What would you do to protect these giant crayfish? Massive catch. Imagine catching so many fish that it turns into a viral story online. A group of fishermen caught so many fish their boat was almost overflowing. This huge catch got a lot of people talking, especially those who care about animals and the ocean. They saw a video of millions of fish being scooped up in a giant net. The net was so full that fish were spilling out when they opened it. Usually, fishermen are careful to let young fish go to keep them from disappearing. But this massive catch made people worry. Are we taking too many fish from the sea? What does this mean for the future of our oceans and the fish living there? Fish-eating shark. In an unusual turn of events, a fisherman in India made a startling discovery while mud fishing. He found a dead fish that had tried to eat a shark. The fish got stuck and couldn't let go of the shark, leading to its demise as the mud around it dried up. The situation was so intense that the shark's body was firmly lodged in the fish's mouth. Despite attempts with water and force, the shark remained stuck. The only solution was to cut the fish open. This bizarre occurrence sparks debate and wonder. How often do such strange events happen in nature that we don't see? Huge Maine lobster. A group of fishermen in Maine caught an extraordinary lobster, as big as a man's arm and weighing several pounds. This giant lobster, carrying thousands of tiny eggs on its back, was a rare find. Considering the rarity of such large lobsters, the fishermen decided to release it back into the ocean, along with some snacks. It's said that each female lobster can carry around 10,000 eggs per pound. With this lobster weighing up to 8 pounds, it might have been carrying up to 80,000 eggs. This act of releasing the lobster leads to a bigger question: how should we balance our desire to fish with the need to protect and preserve marine life? Fish in a whale. On the coast of Mexico, a whale chasing its prey ended up beaching itself accidentally. Locals, trying to keep the whale hydrated, noticed something extraordinary in its mouth: a huge fish stuck and unable to escape. A marine biologist confirmed that the whale had beached while hunting. With the combined efforts of fishermen and residents, the whale was eventually pulled back into the ocean after several hours. This dramatic event leads us to ponder the delicate balance of the marine ecosystem. How do our actions impact these magnificent creatures, and what can we learn from their behavior? strangest looking fish. Imagine catching a fish so odd, it seems like it's from another world. In Colombia in 2019, fishermen caught a fish that was like nothing they'd ever seen. It had strange fins, tails, and spiky things all over. The fish even had fur-like stuff over its eyes and mouth, and hard bits on its skin. It looked so unusual that they thought it might be a new kind of fish never seen before, but they decided to let it go back into the water. This catch raises big questions. Are there more unknown creatures in our seas? What mysteries do the oceans still hide from us? Cyclops albino shark. In the Sea of Cortez, a Mexican fisherman made a shocking discovery. He caught a pregnant shark, and inside he found something unbelievable, a baby shark with just one eye right in front. This albino shark, with its unique appearance, was something marine biologists had never officially seen before. They think it might be because of all the pollution in our seas. This rare find makes us wonder, what other strange creatures are affected by the changes in our oceans? Ancient mummified mermaid. Last year, off the coast of Japan, a fisherman caught what looked like a mermaid. Yes, a mermaid. With a human face and a fish tail, it seemed like something out of an old story. Marine biologists and archaeologists checked it out and said it was really old, from around the 1700s. It's now kept in a temple in Oshkosh. This find is puzzling. Are mermaids real, or just part of ancient stories? Giant manta ray. In 2020, an Indian fisherman named Subhash Salah had the catch of a lifetime. Near the Karnataka coast, he found two huge manta rays, one weighing a massive 750 kilograms and the other 250 kilograms. People rushed to the port to see these giant creatures lifted out of the water with cranes. These manta rays are rare and endangered. This event makes us think about the big, amazing creatures in our seas and how we should protect them. Giant Caribbean lobster. Imagine the biggest lobster you've ever seen. Now make it even bigger. In the small coastal town of Mano Papu, Puerto Rico, local fishermen made a catch so astonishing it seemed like something out of a fantasy book. This wasn't just any lobster, it was a gargantuan creature from the deep, so massive that it took several strong, burly men to haul it ashore. The fishermen, seasoned veterans of the sea, were left in utter disbelief at the size of this colossal crustacean. It was a record breaker, the largest lobster ever seen in the country and perhaps the entire Caribbean. The sale of this lobster was so lucrative, it was like hitting the jackpot, bringing in enough money to last a decade. But here's the twist, there are skeptics who doubt the truth of this tale. Could it be an exaggeration, or is it a real-life sea monster? What do you think? Would such a creature really exist? And what other mysteries might the ocean be hiding? Giant turtle. In the bustling city of Tokyo, far beneath the waves, a group of divers stumbled upon something extraordinary in June 2019. They found a turtle of such immense size, it seemed to belong more to the realm of myths than the real world. This wasn't just any turtle, it was an enormous, gentle giant, quietly enjoying a meal on the ocean bed. The divers, aware that their story might be met with disbelief, managed to capture this incredible moment on camera, all the while keeping a respectful distance from their colossal new friend. This serene behemoth, rather than feeling threatened or scared, seemed to bask in the attention, showing no signs of hostility or fear. Could this be a new species, a survivor from a bygone era, or simply a freak of nature? What secrets does this giant turtle hold about the mysteries of the ocean depths? Take a good look at this picture. Does it remind you of the mermaid stories we've heard in the news? Is this even real, or is it too shocking for TVs to show during prime time? Maybe what we see in this photo is the real deal, and all those movie mermaid tales are just make-believe. What's your take? Are mermaids just a fantasy, or are they actually more real than we thought? World record albino catfish. Enter Bernie Campbell, a British fisherman with a tale that sounds like it's straight from a record book. In 2013, along the River Ebro near Barcelona, Spain, he caught what is believed to be the world's largest albino catfish. This wasn't just a big fish, it was a leviathan of the river, a rare specimen surpassing the previous world record by a whopping 10 pounds. Measuring an impressive 2.7 meters and weighing in at 227 pounds, this catfish was a true marvel of nature. But Bernie did something unexpected. He chose to release this giant back into the river, valuing the preservation of its species over personal glory. This decision sparks a debate. Should we prioritize conservation over record-breaking catches? What other magnificent creatures might be lurking unseen in our rivers and oceans? Mantis shrimp. The mantis shrimp, often called the praying mantis of the sea, is a creature as fascinating as it is fearsome. Known for its deadly strike, this small but mighty predator is a force to be reckoned with in the ocean's shallow waters. Its powerful claws can attack with the speed and ferocity of a bullet, making it one of the most dangerous creatures in its habitat. Despite its formidable reputation, a brave and skilled fisherman managed to capture one of these elusive creatures, showcasing both courage and respect for the ocean's predators. The mantis shrimp is not just a hunter, it's a marvel of the marine world, with a punch that's the fastest in the underwater kingdom. Found in tropical and subtropical waters, these creatures spend most of their lives hidden in burrows, and they can grow up to 15 inches in length. But here's the thought: if such a small creature can pack such a powerful punch, what other surprises might the ocean be hiding? Can the mantis shrimp teach us about the mysteries and wonders of the seas? Mega stingray. Can you imagine a fish as heavy as a grand piano? That's exactly what a group of scientists and fishermen found in the Mekong River in Cambodia. In June 2023, they caught a massive stingray that weighed 661 pounds and measured almost 13 feet long. This amazing creature is believed to be the largest freshwater stingray ever discovered. It's a sign that the Mekong River is still teeming with life, despite environmental challenges. After they measured and studied it, they let the giant stingray go back to its river home. This find was even more special because it beat the previous record of a 645-pound stingray caught in Thailand in 2005. But here's the controversial part: some people are worried about the effects of catching and releasing such huge creatures. Does it harm them? Are we disturbing their natural habitats? What do you think about this giant discovery and the debate it brings up? Horseshoe crab. Have you ever seen a creature that looks like a cross between a crab and a stingray? Meet the horseshoe crab, a fascinating sea creature that's actually more like a spider or scorpion than a crab. These ancient animals have blue blood, which is super special. Their blood contains copper and is used in medicine to test for bacteria. You can find them hanging out in shallow waters, on sandy or muddy bottoms. But here's a twist: the use of horseshoe crab blood in the pharmaceutical industry is quite controversial. Some people argue it's not ethical to use animals this way. What do you think? Should we find alternatives, or is it okay to use horseshoe crabs for the greater good? The hollow fish. Imagine catching a fish that's more like a floating piece of cloth than a living creature. That's what happened to a group of experienced fishermen who caught a long, hollow fish with barely any flesh on it. They couldn't figure out what kind of fish it was. Could it be an oarfish, known for its slender shape, or some kind of unique eel? This discovery has sparked curiosity and debate. What do you think this mysterious fish could be? If you know anything about strange and slender fish, why not jump into the conversation? Carp with a human face. Now, get ready for something really weird. In China, near Kunming City, a local villager caught a carp that looks like it has a human face. This fish, with what seems like 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth, quickly became an internet sensation. Some people think it's a miracle, with claims that the fish transformed into a fairy. Others are skeptical, suggesting the video could be fake. But it's a known fact that carps can have unique markings, sometimes resembling human features. Photographers have tried to capture clearer images of this fish to prove it's real. Do you believe in such a fish? And imagine this: around the world, people pay a lot of money for koi fish with unique patterns. Would you pay top dollar for a fish with a face like ours? Starfish taking a walk. Did you know that starfish can walk? That's right, walk. In 2012, a video from North Carolina's Outer Banks showed a starfish strolling on the beach, and it surprised millions of people. Most of us think starfish just sit on the ocean floor, but they're actually pretty fast. This one, a sunflower sea star, can move up to 3 feet per minute. They do this with about 15,000 tiny tube feet on their belly. Just like crabs and lobsters, starfish can move around pretty well. The way they move is weird for some people. It looks like a wave. But remember, don't take the starfish out of water. The one in the video was okay, but many starfish can't breathe if they're out of water too long. So next time you're at the beach, look out for these amazing creatures. Have you ever seen a starfish walking? What would you do if you saw one moving like that on the beach? Yeti crab. Would you eat a crab that's as furry as a yeti? Meet the yeti crab, discovered in 2005 in the South Pacific. These crabs are really unique, with furry claws and legs. They're named after the mythical Yeti because of their hairy appearance. But don't let their cuteness fool you, these crabs are rare and mysterious. They live deep in the ocean near hydrothermal vents. These vents are super hot, but the crabs are just fine there. Their furry claws help them live in this harsh environment. They use their hair to filter out toxins from the vents. It's pretty amazing how these crabs have adapted to such a tough place to live. Have you ever heard of animals living near hydrothermal vents? What do you think about the Yeti crab? Cute or creepy? Jawfish, the super dads of the sea. Have you ever seen a fish that looks like it's chewing gum? That's the jawfish for you. These fish, especially the males, are like underwater babysitters. They keep their babies, eggs, in their mouths. If you go diving in places like Bonaire or Fiji, you might spot these small fish with puffy cheeks. They're not eating, they're actually taking care of their eggs. The dads keep the eggs in their mouths to clean them and give them fresh water. But what happens when these dads get hungry? They quickly spit out the eggs, grab a snack, and then put the eggs back in their mouth. Talk about multitasking. These dad fish only need to do this for about a week, and then surprise, little baby jawfish pop out. Isn't it amazing how these dads take care of their young? Magna pinna squid. Are you afraid of deep-sea monsters? Then the Magna pinna squid might just be the thing of your nightmares. These squids were also called big fin squids, and they have super long tentacles. We're talking up to 26 feet long. The biggest one found had tentacles much longer than 20 feet. That's like seeing a 1-foot squid with tentacles as long as a school bus. These squids are rare, and scientists still have a lot of questions about them. How do they eat with such long arms? We don't know yet. Every time someone spots one, it's like finding a piece of a deep-sea puzzle. What do you think these mysterious squids are up to in the dark ocean depths? Fish with a transparent head. Imagine a fish where you can see right through its head. Meet the barrelfish, a strange creature with a head like a clear bubble. These fish live in deep waters all over the world. But why the see-through head? Inside that clear dome are the fish's eyes, which can look up and forward. This special design helps them spot food above them or in front. And those black spots you see? They're not eggs, they're for smelling. The barrelfish even sometimes snatches food caught by other sea creatures. How cool is that? What do you think about a fish with a head you can see through? Laughing stingray. A stingray that looks like it's laughing? Sounds funny, right? A video of a stingray smiling while being tickled went viral. But here's the thing, that smile might not be a smile at all. Stingrays need to be in the water to breathe, so this one might have been struggling, not laughing. It's a reminder that wild animals, even when they look cute or funny, might be in distress. We should always be careful around them. If you enjoyed exploring these ocean marvels with us, give us a like, hit subscribe, and share your favorite sea discovery in the comments below.